So this is a poll just to get your insights a bit, like your reactions on how, if DALL-E met your city design expectations after now that you've experimented in using it in a kind of real world context. So basically from 0 that disappointed you to 10 it surpassed all your expectations, you can use this tool to vote, and then I'm going to show the results. So, let's see, 5.6 in the middle. Yeah. Any reactions, or is this what you anticipated being? It looks like most people voted between here, and then there's a few optimists. Okay, maybe I'll say for someone who they were disappointed, let's start with the bad news and then with the good one. People who, yeah.
I think that the randomness.
Oh, sorry. Let's. Where's the microphone? Thank you for the reminder. I keep forgetting.
I mean, if I was an city official, I wouldn't use DALL-E because I think for design it requires a lot of understanding of the context, and DALL-E doesn't have that. Or even like when we try to describe the context, it doesn't understand. And another thing is, even though it's very good, I think I can use it to illustrate the ideas that I already have in mind, instead of asking it to generate new ideas, because the randomness is so wild that I cannot control the outcome of my prompts. So in that sense, I probably would just use DALL-E as to illustrate something very quickly that I already have in mind.
So let me ask you, if you're not a city official but you're a member of the public, would that framing shift how you see the tool? Like if you're a member of the public and don't have any experience in city design but you want to participate in revitalizing Main Street, does this tool help? Or
I think about this with two perspectives. If I don't have any design skills, then I would think this is a very powerful tool to help me to visualize what I had in mind. But then again, it would also make me feel frustrated because I don't get exactly what I wanted, because it's just, that said, I might be able to generate a series of them and then highlight, oh, I like this one, I like this one, I like this one. And then somebody has to pull all of them together into one.
excellent.
And then I could also be frustrated in a way that I don't have the lingo to tell it what I had in mind.
Okay.
As in, I want, because say even we're struggling with like the style, like what style do we want? We can't really name the style. So I'm thinking like even in public participation setting, asking people to describe the vision or the idea that I had in mind without having the design lingo, it's very difficult to tell the models to generate what they really have in mind.
Excellent. Thanks a lot, Lynn. So let's see the other side, like the optimists among you, if they want to share their opinion. Yeah?
Yeah, not that optimist, but I'm not. Yeah, but I will use it in translating the desire of the community as a authority member. When the community, I mean, if they want something special, they can translate it in drawings or in pictures. So I will take feedback from them and I will put it in the app, and then I will show them, do you want like this or this or this? So we can develop one common thing between both of us as authorities and communities.
Okay.
So I think it will be beneficial. So they can give me their idea so fast.
Perfect. So I lied about that being the last thing. It's just for the checkout, like as we close, thank you very much for participating. in the same way we did the post-its earlier, where we identified, something we retained last time, I would like to ask you to do the same, where just put in one post-it one thing you retained today, and one thing that surprised you, and we'll just do like a quick round table on that. And very quick, just one thing that you retained from the session today and one thing that surprised you. Individually, yeah, it's individual. Like something you learned, yeah. And it could be related to DALL-E, it could be something you learned, could be anything. Okay, I think Ose is the first person to. That's okay. Anyways, I'll come pick them up as. But yeah, maybe you can go first, Salvador, just very quickly.
Well, I wrote that what I retain is that, I had absolutely no idea about DALL-E. So I was quite surprised of the fact that you told us that you can upload different types of data in different formats. So I'm very curious to start doing my own exercises on that. And what surprised me is that how it can enrich the dialogue, because when we asked the platform to describe the benefits, it came up with some, it identifies some benefits that had slipped my mind that I didn't remember. So I think it can help you enrich the dialogue and don't forget about any item. So that's what I take.
Thank you very much, Salvador. Habib? As you said, it's the same?
Yes.
Okay. No, it's everyone's going to do a quick, yeah. You can go, Song, yeah. Everyone has says something. It's the last.
Okay. What I written today is about the framework to describe a scene, like form, function, form, structure, and storytelling. Yeah. And what surprised me is the consistency between the input image and the output image. Though maybe we still don't know why they it keep the consistency. Yeah.
Yeah, Habib.
I will add something that the interacting between us and the DALL-E was impressive. So we could ask him to improve the output, because we found the pedestrian was larger than reality and the street was smaller. Then we asked to improve, and it improved it better through the first choice.
Thank you. Diego, do you want to go?
One thing that I'm gonna retain for today is that I actually understand that perfection requires practice, especially in prompting. So generating an image is not just giving a prompt and expecting the prompt to be exactly what you want, but sometimes it's not what you want, and in that case you don't know what to ask in order to improve the image. And let's put together that DALL-E is not a perfect tool, so it just most of the time generates random stuff. So perfection in prompt engineering is something very important, actually. But you understand once you start to work with ChatGPT and with DALL-E. And what surprised me is how specific a custom ChatGPT, like the one that you develop, can be on a topic. You can actually develop something that is specifically on Main Street and work specifically for Main Street. And it surprised me how actually you can apply these to different domains also, not only Main Street.
Thanks a lot, Diego.
One thing that's, well, actually many things have surprised me, not only the sessions, but also the previous sessions. I haven't tried a lot, I haven't experimented a lot with visual AI models before. And so I'm quite impressed with what it can do. And it does have the potential to like revolutionize design in future, but I think it's not there just yet. And then I think perhaps the key lies in prompt engineering to maybe, I don't know, like after this I'll try to come up with a prompt structures, try to minimize the randomness or hallucinations of the output of the models. One thing that retain is I really like that it can be customized to serve a specific purpose. I'm wondering if it can also be trained on a customized data set. Say, if I scrape the internet for 200 case studies about street design, for example, and I would just like based on this data set propose something, then it might become a very powerful tool for designer or like city officials to generate ideas instead of just visualizing what they have in mind. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Thank you. And I left the ChatGPT instructions in the drive, so you have the, if you want to like take it and customize it and play around, or you find the secret to get a replica, please share. So.
So I kind of they're two sides of the same coin. Like we're going to retain the flexibility of DALL-E in just taking ordinary language prompts and running with it. I'm just so used to needing to program with specificity that it's hard, it's part of getting used to the tool, that you can just put it in plain English and not even good English at that, and it still does it. And then flip side of that coin though is that I'm just surprised at how many tries it can take to get something somewhat accurate to your vision, to what you're trying to render. So I don't know, maybe those may be two sides of the same. Maybe I'm just using too general language or too careless in my language.
Thanks a lot, Ben.
Yeah, I think a lot of things have been said already, but I learned like how you can upload different formats, like pictures or Excel sheets or whatever, to make it give you more data and more informed data. So that's pretty cool. And also that, like, it was fun when we prompted it with trying to add art, because it's pretty artsy, this tool. So it is very like out of the box thinking, and that still surprises me. Yeah.
You guys did an excellent pitch illustration too. I'll take
Yeah, I think that since I didn't know anything about this tool, today I learned that this is, I think, a great tool for inspiration for now, to have some new ideas. And on the other side, what surprised me most is the lack of control. That is not so easy as I expected to actually have the image that you have in mind, as many people already said.
From my side, what I returned today was like the possibility to have a lot of information from one pictures. Also, you can ask the position, like the vibes of the environment, etc. So I didn't know it, and it's very cool. And what surprised me, it's like the possibility to be very creative with this tool, because it generates a lot of quite random environments, but probably you can pick up some small details from each one to design something for the city. And I also want to add, I know that now Photoshop add AI on it, and probably you can generate some stuff directly on the image, some object, or you can extend it. So I never tried it, but I don't know how it works, if it is more sticks to the image with respect to DALL-E or...
So we
this
have
kind of
an expert who's tried here. Do you want to say anything about that?
Actually, you made it. It's because we were wondering if the last picture of our pitch was people throwing tomatoes to each other. It's actually very accurate. Now, from the Photoshop point of view, you can actually select area and define what kind of feeling Photoshop has to have in the area. So it's very area specific. It's not the only one. You have also some tool online that are free. I don't know on what kind of model they are based, but you can actually upload an image or generate an image and then select area that you don't like, and it change again based on prompts. And I think what could be interesting is also the other tool from, I don't remember the brand, but it's the one that you can just draw stuff like you are in Microsoft Paint and automatically generate an image based on area. For example, you have a white canvas, you just draw a blue line on the lower part and a triangle in white at the center, and you give a prompt is like an island in the middle of the ocean, and based on the area that you draw in different color, it generates an image based on that actual area. If you change a little the shape of the circle or the blue area, it changes the image based on that. I don't remember the name. But do you remember the? It's from
Runway?
No, it's not Runway.
Yeah. This is an example of using Photoshop. It was this original DALL-E, and then I asked it to be outdoors, and I got the hat. So you can use it in specific instances. But I think we can end now. Give you guys a big round of applause for lasting 3 hours and being pioneers in using DALL-E in Main Street and city design and giving a pitch to city officials. So thank you very much for coming today. I really appreciate it, and hope to see you next week. And these are the supporters of my research, highlighting them as well. Thank you.